Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of the Raw Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you all the wrestling action from Monday Night Raw, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, episode number 2274 of the show. How's it going, everybody? It's May the 26th, 2025, 10:42 p.m. Final video of the night for me, as I am going to get some sleep and trying to go back to work tomorrow. It's a brand new work week. Brand new work week. This is the final work week of May 2025 as we head into June after this week. So it'll be the final gameplays of all your favorite Flash games I've been playing every week. And I'm hoping everyone had a great Memorial Day. I had a great Memorial Day. It was very relaxing. I went to work this morning, relaxed a little bit now, and just relaxed a little bit at home. Enjoyed some linguiça dogs for lunch, and had my own dinner. And now, ready to go. Just finished watching Monday Night Raw with my good buddies Brandon Martin and Jordan Little, a.k.a. Jordy Scow. And I'm going to be talking about what happened on Monday Night Raw, for those who have not watched Raw yet. And not only that, though, I want to welcome a new subscriber to my channel, which now bumped up the total of subscribers to 410 subscribers. I'm about 90 subscribers away from hitting that milestone of 500 subscribers. And like I said, it has been, it shows me that this channel has been the most improved YouTube channel. Out of all the three YouTube channels I have done, this is the most improved. And I'm very, very thankful for all those who have subscribed to this channel. And also want to thank the latest subscriber and welcoming him to this channel, Ryan Milky 14. This gentleman was part of the Media Moguls on Instagram that my good buddy Brandon Martin is part of. And he made an appearance. He appeared with myself, Jordan, and Brandon on a Monday Night Raw live reaction. And we're very, very thankful for that. So Ryan Milky 14, welcome. Thank you for your support and subscription of the channel. And if you have any questions about this channel or anything I do on my videos, please don't be afraid to ask. And I'll probably try to answer the questions the best I can to my ability and all that. So, and if there's any people out there that want to see a good channel like this one, tell them to follow this channel. I like to appreciate the subscription and the following. Again, thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome as usual. I know sometimes I get picked on and roasted on and all that good stuff and everything else in between, but all in all, you guys love the channel. You guys like what I do on here, and I'll keep doing it as long as I can. So, let's get going here and let's talk about what is going on. Monday Night Raw kicked off in Tampa, which has been the site of both Battleground and both Battleground and Saturday Night's main events. This is the fallout from Saturday Night's main event. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, and the newest member of Seth Rollins' team, Bronson Reed, kicked off Monday Night Raw with Seth Rollins addressing the Tampa crowd, which he's like, oh, now I'm the bad guy. He's not very happy the fans are booing him and all that. And some people just sang his song and, oh, we don't you sing my song and all that. Change your song then. So, and, Seth Rollins says that his start to take over and save his company by winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. First, he has to qualify. So, speaking of Money in the Bank qualifier matchup, Penta versus Chad Gable, a.k.a. El Grande Americano. Come on, don't get no fool. And Dragon Lee. In attendance, the AAA Megas champion, El Hijo del Vikingo, was watching. As you know, it was supposed to be a non-title match one-on-one between him and Chad Gable, but at Worlds Collide, it will be for the AAA Mega Championship, as Chad Gable will challenge El Hijo del Vikingo. So there's that. And during the matchup, Gable decided to punch Vikingo, and then that forced Vikingo to respond in kind, so to speak, to Chad Gable. And Penta took advantage of the situation, ends up winning the match, and he will qualify, along with Solo Sikoa and L.A. Knight. Yeah. So that's going to be a very interesting situation. Meanwhile, Judgment Day was hanging out at their locker, that clubhouse. Raquel Rodriguez was checking out, admiring her titles. Finn Balor and J.D. McDonald were talking, and Dominic Mysterio and Carlito were playing on the PS5. And Roxanne Perez offered Dominic Mysterio some more chicken nuggets or chicken tenders. And as he was about to eat them, I'm going to massage your neck. Something creeping in. Lo and behold, surprise, surprise, surprise. Liv Morgan comes back, confronts Roxanne Perez, and Finn Balor's got this big smile on his face. I think Finn Balor, well, he's about to do something a little drastic. But then Liv Morgan says she's going to go into Adam Pearce's office and try to qualify Money in the Bank. But the match that Akira Tozawa wanted has happened. Akira Tozawa went up against Rusev. I know Natty, Natalia, and Maxine Dupree trying to encourage him, but it did. He went after him, but Rusev was just too powerful. Put him in the Accolade. He tapped out, but Rusev refused to let go of that Accolade until Sheamus comes out to confront his former League of Nations partner. So, anyways, the funny part is, speaking of League of Nations, right? And since the WWE is working with AAA, hey, why don't we reform it? Somebody said, why don't we reform it with Wade Barrett? He tagged Wade Barrett in it by his real name, Alberto Del Rio, Rusev, and Sheamus, but Wade Barrett goes, responding with the Team America, one of the Team America puppets vomiting. So I agree. And then one guy said, get rid of Del Rio and put in Gunther. A new League of Nations following Gunther. You add Ludwig Kaiser. Gunther can represent Austria. Ludwig Kaiser can represent Germany. You can have the other three involved. And you can form the new Allied Imperium. That's what this should be the name of. But might I digress. So Captain Kelly interviewed Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer, and Bert Kreischer got excited to see the War Raiders. He took off his shirt. My chest red, a little red. Let's get to our seats, man. So it was pretty funny. Sami Zayn does talk to Jey Uso, but Jey Uso says, I believe in you, man. You can do this. But then, speaking of the War Raiders, the tag team titles were on the line. The tag team titles were on the line in a triple threat. The New Day versus the War Raiders and the Creed Brothers. And the New Day ended up walking out with the tag team titles once again. A little chicanery. And as you know, in attendance, both Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura were in attendance. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were confronting the Women's World Champ Io Sky and Kairi Sane. And then she goes, I'm going to talk to Anna Pierce. I want to see if I can try to get a Money in the Bank. And if I do, I'm cashing it on you. And then Kairi Sane, something that Kairi wouldn't do. And then Kairi Sane got into the face of Liv Morgan, yelling at her in Japanese. And she goes, why don't we have that match tonight? So she challenged Liv Morgan to a match. I think it's great. So Jey Uso addresses the Tampa crowd once again, with Gunther interrupting Uso. And in 2 weeks' time, the rematch at WrestleMania is going to happen in Phoenix, and Gunther vows to beat Jey Uso there. In attendance, besides Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, and El Hijo del Vikingo, Patrick Maroon, former Stanley Cup champion with the Tampa Bay Lightning, rapper Waka Flocka Flame, and WWE's global ambassador Titus O'Neil. And he'll be hosting a new show called King's Court that's going to happen soon. We'll see what that's all about. So, Kairi Sane went her first one-on-one matchup back after having a triple threat last week. Went up against Liv Morgan. But as Kairi Sane's about to do her insane elbow, Roxanne Perez gets involved, pushes her off. Raquel Rodriguez says, "What's up with that? What are you doing?" And then I think she's trying to get in the good graces of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And but Liv Morgan was distracted. She was kind of shocked about the whole thing. But Kairi Sane took advantage of it, ended up pinning Liv Morgan and winning the match. Big upset, in my opinion. And Raquel Rodriguez just looks at Roxanne Perez and goes, "What's up with that?" Meanwhile, the former Judgment Day member, Rhea Ripley, addresses being in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She says she's going to be enforcing her own style of brutality there. Meanwhile, speaking of Liv Morgan, she confronts the Judgment Day after the loss to Kairi Sane. And it seems like, and she walks out and then Dominic goes, "I'm going to go with you." But the problems with the Judgment Day ain't going to end there. Meanwhile, Lyra Valkyria addresses the Tampa crowd about announcing that Lyra Valkyria at Women's Money in the Bank will defend the Women's Intercontinental title against Becky Lynch once again. Becky Lynch comes out, trashing Valkyria. Valkyria did respond in the end there. Meanwhile, Karrion Kross confronts Sami Zayn about his situation with Jey Uso and the rest of the Seth Rollins and his crew, but he says he doesn't have time for the foolishness and all that. So there you go. Anyways, the men's Money in the Bank qualifier 2 main event: Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. And I forgot to write who won that matchup. Usually I pay attention. I know who won the matchup. So, anyways, well, remember I told you that, remember when I told you that things get worse for the Judgment Day? Here's the deal. First and foremost, Sami Zayn was close to winning, but Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed pulled him out. They got involved during the matchup. Starts attacking Sami Zayn. Then Jey Uso gets that Breaker and Reed. While the referee's distracted with that situation. Now, this was a no disqualification match, mind you. Dominic Mysterio slides in the chair in hopes that Finn Balor gets to use it, but Seth Rollins gives him the curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins wins the matchup. I have to say it's going to be a lot of miscommunication. But then Rollins directs the traffic after the match to get both Zayn and Uso in the ring, but CM Punk's music is playing. So Rollins says, "Go get him, go get him, go get him." And they're about to chase him from the entrance, but CM Punk snuck in through the crowd, hit him with the GTS, and retreats right afterwards. So that is where we end today's episode. What do we get out of it? Judgment Day is going to be got a lot more problems. You got a plan that backfired on Finn Balor, and so having both Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio get involved, and Roxanne Perez get involved in the women's matchup. Then we got a lot of friction within the Judgment Day. That's what happens when you kick out the leaders who could have helped settle things, like Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest and Edge. And that's what you get, Judgment Day. That's what you get. So, that is all the time we have on this episode 2274 of the show. Tomorrow, we got High Rollers, NXT, the fallout from Battleground, which might be serious repercussions, man. Let me tell you. It's going to be interestingly a lot of fun. So I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed night. Good night, everybody. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and Door for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.